don't you look at me? I try to be as open as I can. Why don't you look at me? I'm tired of being the invisible man. The invisible man. Oh, the invisible man.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Invisible Man. Today we have it's our first Hangout, the Winnipeg Folk Country Hangout, and we've got previous guests on the show with us, Black-Eyed SUZIE, or at least two of them. Of course, that was Jara, Christine, and SUZIE can't make it. I mean, Bobby can't make it, leaving us apparently with the Black Eyes. I don't know if that's really how you want to be known. And of course, Jared Adams there, bottom left, and Ian Krochak. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
It's fantastic. So it's been I think months over the last. We kind of all met each other over the last year or so. But we kind of know you, but maybe some of the audience don't know you. So maybe we can do just a quick round table. Let's just tell the audience just a little bit about yourselves. Maybe ladies first.
Okay, I guess I'll start here then. Yeah, I'm Christine Marr. I'm a lead singer-songwriter for Black-Eyed SUZIE. I also play acoustic rhythm guitar and some keys sometimes. And
And I'm Yara. I'm the bassist and backup singer for Black-Eyed SUZIE.
Fantastic.
and yes, we don't have Bobby here, of course. He's our lead guitarist.
Yeah, apparently
Bobby
he's got
Bobby SUZIE.
apparently he's got more important things to do. I find that hard to believe. Yeah, so Jared, let's go counterclockwise.
Yeah, I'm Jared Adams. I'm a musician, I guess, in the local Winnipeg scene here. I sort of play a mix of everything, some rock, some folk, not much country. I mean, I guess I have some songs that kind of a bit of a country feel to it, but sort of on the edge of it. Yeah, and I put out my debut solo album this year after years of playing in other various bands. I just decided to go it alone because, yeah, why not?
Okay, fantastic. The point with the country folk / country was so that we fit into at least one of those genres. Not that you have to fit into both of them. Okay, Ian.
Hey guys. Hey, thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's been great.
Nice to virtually meet everybody. So my name is Ian Krochak. I'm a singer-songwriter from Niverville, Manitoba. So I'm a rural folk. So I play primarily folk rock, country, Americana. Yeah, I don't probably belong anywhere, but anyway. So I just recently put out a couple singles, which are going to be part of my upcoming release in the spring of 2021. If I can get back in that studio before COVID hits. So anyway, nice to meet everybody, and looking forward to jamming with you today.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot of fun. It's one of those shows that I've been looking forward to because I get to meet our old friends that we met previously, and I didn't have to do an awful lot of preparation because we're just going to hang out and chat, have a bit of fun, play some music. In fact, we're going to play lots of music. The idea is that we're all going to play at least one song, and that includes me on behalf of It's All in the Mind. And if we have time, we'll do 2 songs each. So there could be tons of music today as well. The show may go a bit longer. Now, as far as me and Ryan, as well as being hosts of the show, we do play it as under the banner of It's All in the Mind. We used to go, as you can see, with the old posters behind me there of Mark Davistar and Ryan Jans, but we're now It's All in the Mind. I have folk bass for pretty much everything that I write. There's a very heavy jazz and pop influence as well, and we'll find out from at least one of the songs that I'm going to do. There is definitely a country. There's definitely a country influence in pretty much a big chunk of what I do as a writer as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So Ryan, did you want to say something, or?
I think that pretty much covers it all up. Yeah, I guess because I'm not in the room with you, I won't be joining you to play today. But it'll be really good. It's always entertaining to good to get out and see all our friends again. It's nice to see Jared and Christine, Yara, and Ian. I just all fond memories of previous shows that we've done together, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes today.
That should be fun. Well, we never know. Actually, to be honest, I think when you guys independently were on the show, we told you right up front, yeah, we've got a show planned, but we never know where it's going to go. The conversation is going to take its own route, and it almost always does. Right. Well, first off, what's everybody been doing since you were last on the show, other than maybe just stuck inside?
Literally not left my house since June.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. When was I even last on the show? Was that back in earlier this year, I guess?
Yes.
Was my album out at that point? I can't remember when I was on the show last.
It might have been either just coming out or
Yeah, it was like a week or so, one side or the other.
I put out an album, and I had a chance to actually play a live show before kind of things hit the fan again. So that was fun to be able to actually get on stage and play with the band and have an audience there to react as opposed to just playing to a computer screen.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What were the rules like when you did that? It was still pretty social distancing?
It was pretty lax. Like when we played the Osborne Underground there was basically like masks weren't even mandated inside. Like I was wearing a mask inside, but that wasn't even a mandate yet. It was essentially like nothing was happening really. It was almost as though there was no COVID. The bar was just full. I think they had a capacity limit, so I don't think it was too packed. I think we had maybe 40 or 50 people at most in the whole place, like over the course of the night. Like some people came and left. But yeah, it didn't seem like it was any sort of pandemic going on.
Yeah. I know that some of the restaurants, like Smitty's just up the road, they were really strict on who could come in and how far away they'd be apart. So, but that's not a live music venue though. But I've actually there's a couple of places that since this we heard the news beginning of the year. A couple of venues have stopped having live music. So, what do we think? Are we positive about next year getting back out there and playing again?
It's hard to say, honestly. It really is hard to say. I mean, it'll fall suit with everything else, but musicians are very entrepreneurial, so I mean, we'll find ways to get out there, like hence these types of forums and these live streams online, what have you, and we'll just do whatever it takes in the curbside concerts, whatever. But it's hard to say, really.
I feel like limited capacity festivals could sort of happen early on. Like I know the Village Idiots did their festival back in August, and they had sections at the front of the stage, so each section was only allowed to have a certain amount of people. So I mean, you could probably see stuff like that happening next summer, but it might be I don't know, before venues open up again. That might be a while. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like there's we got 5 different vaccine candidates. We got Russia has one, the US has one, and I think Cuba, I heard, has 3. And there's probably other people working on it. So fingers crossed. We'll hope one of those works.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're kind of stuck. Well, I guess we can still play our music and do this kind of thing, but not quite the same, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Quite. It's never the same when you're playing to, like you said, Jared, a computer screen, or it's just not the same. You don't get that sort of same vibe, and it does make things a little bit more difficult if you play in a band and you're separate. I guess for Yara and Christina, it's probably not a problem. You're probably living in the same house, but to get Bobby to come play with you guys is probably a little bit more difficult, especially now with the increased restrictions. A lot of times it was more of a convenience factor. I couldn't get over to Mark's place, and now I just actually can't get to Mark's place. I'm just not allowed. So that's a problem. So
yeah. Well, your microphone's here waiting for you, Ryan. So just let me know when.
Does it have green tape on it? Does it have green painters tape on it?
Yes, they do, but they both do now.
Okay.
Yeah, and mine does as well, because, I'll show you mine, I'll ruin it, but yeah. Oh, yeah, you can see it. That's what you do when you end up taking equipment. I went down to Cannabis Castle with some of my equipment a couple of months back, and I want this stuff back, so I've got green tape on everything with NDS written on them. I'm getting that stuff back. Well, let's go to just thinking maybe, what would you like to have if you could do the show of a lifetime, or maybe not of a lifetime, what the show of the year? What show would you like to do, and where would you like to do it? And let's keep this inside Winnipeg. Obviously, we all want to play Wembley, right? But or some big station. But here in Winnipeg, what would you like to do, and how would that look?
Okay, if this question is aimed at us, I didn't
whoever
hear
wants
any
it.
of the question. We're like, oh no. Sorry, it was good up until this point.
For you, Christine, think a venue in Winnipeg and a group in Winnipeg, and you have the opportunity to play. And this is going to be the concert of the year. This is the big one, the one that you want everybody to come to.
Not of a lifetime, not the concert of a lifetime, just the show of the year. You have a choice of how that show would look. How would it look? Who would be in it? And this is open to anybody. And everyone.
Not everyone jump on it at once. I don't know, I guess for me, really at this point, it would be great just to like pack the Park Theater or something like that. Be able to put on a show there and do something like that. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, I'd love to like play to a sold out MTS Center or something, but that's not going to be show of the year this year or next year. But yeah, I think Park Theater would be packed. Like, I definitely like those sort of intimate shows where you get to be closer to the band and you get to experience like the show with them, and it's not just sort of this disconnect that you would have like at the MTS Center or whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I kind of envision some sort of comeback where all the local musicians kind of support the local venues, and we have like a weekend festival of different dates, or sort of different venues and different times, different genres. So we can play West End, we can play Park, all those things. You know, the MTS centers of the world, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
To absorb all the costs, but it's these smaller folks that are they're probably struggling and just teetering on the edge. So I see that as a kind of a comeback festival. It would be pretty cool.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Well, I'd really like one day to have like if we do go through with like a big festival or something, or a multi-day show, I think playing at like the Burton Cummings would be a fun show. That would be,
there you go.
Burton Cummings, or I see Albert's not around anymore. There was always like a number of venues I wanted to play in Winnipeg, and I never got a chance to play at the Albert. Now I'm told
the Albert's around, isn't it?
Well, I think the building's still there, but
I think like there's somebody actually operating it. Like I think the guy who runs the Pyramid is operating the Albert now. I don't know. Right. I know they opened for like 1 or 2 shows like back at the start of summer, and then they closed again because of like restrictions. So
right.
It's eventually going to be operational again, perhaps.
Oh, good. Because I've been to many shows at the Albert, and I always thought it would be fun to play at the Albert, but I never got a chance to actually play there before they shut down. And then you hear they're opening, and then they're closing, and then there's this person is mad at this person, so they're not doing anything now.
I played there once when the management was not the greatest, and they thought it was kosher to pay 3 bands $17. Not each, in terms of the entire group of people was getting $17 to split like 10 ways or whatever. I was like, I don't know about this.
Hey, like the place was a dump, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because people would get mad. So, yeah.
Hey, Phil. So it's nice for you to finally join us.
Mark.
How you doing?
Good. You know how it is out on the beach on the weekend.
Yep. St. Jean Baptiste is hot apparently this time of year.
It's, yeah. Well, thank God we got a nice breeze going today. So
yeah. I was wondering. Well, Ian's not far. Ian's not far away from you. How's the weather there? Is it as good as it is for Phil, Ian?
Not quite. Probably about a 35-degree difference, but
okay. Yeah, there's a lot in a few kilometers there.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Actually, I should probably have a go at this question too. I think Shalim has actually in the chat said that the Park Theatre is one of his faves, and the West End Cultural Centre. And while you guys were talking, I was thinking, like, I don't want to say the same, but I think the West End Cultural Centre would be a nice place to do it. But what would that show look like for me? I think it would be, and we kind of talked about. This wasn't the point of the question, but it leads into what we were talking about before the show. Will be a nice little Invisible Man live. We'll do Invisible Man opens up the show. We'll have, because of It's All in the Mind, we'll play the Invisible Man theme. And of course, you three would like to have you three on the stage as well. And we'll do a like a nice big evening of it. I think that would be it's been one of my goals to do something like that for a long time. And the trouble is, when I started to think about it, we got locked down. So yeah, big dreams, and I think we can make that happen. It's just a matter of when will we be allowed?
We should probably acknowledge we did mention that Shalim has joined us in the comments there, but we've actually had a few people joining us and have been pretty much when the stream went live. We'll say hello to Pauline Santoro, Shalim also, and Elna Swanapool. You can't get mad at me for saying your name wrong this time. I probably will another time, and you can get mad at me.
Now, okay, can I just interrupt there for a second, Ryan? I just wanted to say, now Elna did send me a personal note telling me how to pronounce her name, but since then I have not said it out loud on the show. So the people who have said it wrong would be Ryan.
Yeah, well, there you
go.
And
I coached him how to say it properly. Anyhow, let's move on. Just clearing my name.
So gracious to say it, and I will probably say it wrong at another. But you can get mad at me then. I said it right now. Okay. So glad that you all could join us. There was probably more people that I don't know who are there, so you're more than welcome to call out who you see, who's on the. Elna says it was perfect.
Okay. Excellent. You know what? I'm just realizing the time's ticking, and we'd like to get some music in.
Let's get some music then. That's why I hurried along.
So, okay, I wasn't this prepared. Who wants to go first? Shall we just go in the order of the introductions? Black Eyed Susie first. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. Okay. So
sorry. We just about didn't catch what you said, but we caught that very last part. So okay. We're good.
Okay, so you're good for a tune?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I'll switch the screen over to you guys. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and
all right.
take over. There we go. And a reminder to everybody else on the show here that if you mute your mic, otherwise you'll steal the focus. Or don't say anything.
Sorry.
Okay, so it's and you as well, Phil. Okay, I'm just going to switch over. There you go. Sorry, okay, Phil, you better smile. Do a dance because that's all they can see.
It won't work. I'm going to introduce it first. Can I go ahead and introduce this?
Yeah, go ahead. It's all yours.
Okay, because then I got to drop my earbud. Otherwise, I'm going to pull this whole apparatus
for sure.
off the desk. Okay, so this is a song that we wrote recently called Dear One. I don't know if it really goes into folk country category exactly. It was definitely inspired by Avenged Sevenfold, who Yara loves. But yeah, it's got a kind of folky vibe, I think, folk pop vibe. And it was inspired by a little girl that I knew that just made a really big impression on me. Anyway, this is Dear One. She was a fair child born of the sun. Her mind opened with age. Not a word from the tip of her tongue. Hardly a sound she would make. Eyes like blue pools, always awake. She'd never skip a beat. So many questions to investigate. Her mind would never sleep. Then one day she decided to love and found a home in a park. By the moonbeams shone over land.
till the ember went out. Not a scratch nor a hair to be found, and all memory wipes out.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Awesome.
Oh.
Hey, me,
Oh, it's all going so well. There we are. How's that? All right, let's bring everybody else
Good job,
back.
guy.
I thought you were playing it just for me because I missed singing to it before. Yikes.
Nope. I'm having
You missed
issues.
So much.
Where were you?
There we go. There we are. So I'm having technical issues. They're trying to find the right button to get everybody on the show. Thanks so much. That was great. I think we had Eleanor says, I like it. So that's great. All the way.
Thank you.
So you have fans around, literally on the other side of the world.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, that's great. So I'm curious, Phil. This is about the
Yes.
latest. This is about the latest you've been on the show. What happened? Put
Not
on-
easy to find a pair of winter boots on a tropical island. Let me tell you something. I had to take care of stuff like that today.
Here we go. So we're always so it's always a toss up. We could probably do a drinking game. When will Phil turn up to come on the show? Sometimes he's nice and early. A bit often. I think that up till now, the latest you were without warning was I was about to hit the live button, and then suddenly there he appears. So we never know. He keeps us on our toes. But it's good to have you with us, Phil.
Good to be here. Just don't forget to speak up a little bit because I hear the wind in the trees and the palms there.
Yes, that would happen down there in southern Manitoba.
Balmy, sunny Manitoba. Yeah, southern
Yeah.
Manitoba.
Miami, Manitoba.
This ain't St. Malo. This is the St. Malo.
Well, you're not that sober, right? So that, Miami evokes some tropical imagery, right?
Yeah. Right. So it was Saint Jean Baptiste, Florida.
There you go.
We know where you live now. We know where you live now.
I'm right next to the Trump golf course.
Okay, moving on. So yes, we had a question actually. There. So Schleem says there was also Cranky Fest in the Osborne Village in a church. He says I think it was an offshoot of Folk Fest. Has anyone played there?
Yes, we have at the church there, Seafruit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
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 That's insane acoustics in there. Like it's nuts.
Insane good or
Love it,
insane?
though.
Insane
Yes,
good or insane
yeah.
bad? It's good. Or,
The acoustics.
yeah, were they bad or good? You said insane, but with misdirection.
Well, let's just say it's really lively.
Yeah, it depends on what it's for, I guess.
Yeah.
So designed for pipe organs and choirs.
Well, pipe organs,
Yeah.
and I think if you were playing unplugged, it'd be amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you played there with
As soon as you bring the church that I volunteer at has the same thing. It's not probably as amazing, but it's got these big canted ceilings, and just the
Yeah.
way that it's designed, it's naturally amplifies. So you can't have any kind of acoustic drum or percussion. Otherwise, it just takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get over top of that when you're trying to do sound there.
Yeah.
So it's probably a similar situation. So.
Yeah.
That has great potential, though. I mean, I really love the venue. I mean, they've got the balcony, and it's really sweet. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
yeah, but that's I think this has come up on the show before, but when I started playing, I was involved in a church. And the only place we could play in our Sleepy English Village was really at church. So I know what that's like. And we played acoustic, and it always sounded good. You could always hear yourself. Like today, I know where I am when it's my turn to play. I'm gonna have trouble hearing my guitar because my voice is that much louder, and I sing so much better when I can hear my guitar. And they work well there. Anyhow, Yeah, talking of that, are there any really good venues that anyone's played at where the acoustics or just even the sound guy has just set it up perfectly, where you thought, well, this is amazing?
Yeah. We played at the Richardson at the WAG.
Okay.
Oh, it's amazing there.
Yeah, that was incredible.
So was that another acoustic set, or was that a full band?
No, we had
Full band.
the full band. Yeah.
Okay, it was still good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like state of the art. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the sound really makes a big difference. It's over a year ago. I played at the Jolly Tap in Yorkshire. There's actually Bandwagon is going to be on the show later, early next year, and they opened for me. And the audio, it was just a simple soundboard, but they just spent so much time setting it up. And I'm not joking. I think that's one of the best performances that I've done, certainly as a solo. But I could hear my voice. I could hear the guitar, and it was like everything was crystal clear, and that makes all the difference in the world.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we'll open it up to Ian and Jared. I've got a comment, but I'll leave mine to the last. We played in locales, Mark and I, but also, as I mentioned, I played in a metal band, so we played in a few different places, and one of them was really, really good. But go ahead, Jared and Ian, if you would like to throw in favorite venue, best sounding venue that you've played in to date.
Yeah, I guess going back, I'm dating myself. I'm aging myself here, but the old Blue Note Cafe.
Yeah. The Blue Note.
And they used to have the open mic nights, and you're lucky to get a bit of a headline gig there. You just mic your acoustic guitar and the low, just simple microphone, and I found that it was simple. It was just like get up and play with great sound. You mentioned you can hear your voice, you can hear the acoustics, and I like the idea is that like you're sitting right on top of people, so they're right there in your kitchen, so to speak. So those have really good memories for me.
The Blue Note Cafe. I haven't heard it in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
So you got you have any venues that come to mind, Jared?
I guess again the Park Theater.
Okay.
One of the places I played where it's just the sound on stage is always great. You can hear everything clearly. You can hear your vocals clearly, and you dial in the harmonies so they're not like blasting over your own vocals. It's actually good to be able to hear things clearly.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I can't really stress how important that a good sound guy is. Can make or break a performance.
Yeah. I would say probably the best venue I've played. And so the best venue that I think we played as It's All in the Mind, sound wise, Mark, I think probably, what do you think, the Loft? Because I got to do sound for us. I got to set us up.
Maybe not so much. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
But they had no monitor. They had no monitors.
Right. So we had to use
they had the two. It was a decent sound system for the size room, but then they had the sticks with the stands with the speakers on top. But one of them was slightly in front of me, and the other one was way in front of all of us. And that was the one that fell over on the table. But we mentioned that on many shows. Someone nearly died. I think, could have died if that landed on them.
I nearly died because it just happened in motion. It was just like.
Is that the time Ryan made the speakers fall down?
No, that one I can't take credit for. I might my chair. I didn't knock the speaker over. The other place that was really good, sound wise, was the Zoo. The Zoo was this nasty, dirty, grungy bar, but had the most amazing sound system and like the most amazingly competent people behind the board, and they could make any band sound absolutely amazing. But they were also like had this thing where they're like, hey, in the 80s we had bands that opened for like Motley Crue. It's like, that's great. You got like Jim who yells at cars at Confusion Corner. He's gonna open the set tonight. And they're like, yeah, well, it'll be like $500 to rent the room. It's like, yeah, keep trying. I'm not gonna rent your room for $500. Not at no. Unless you can guarantee me that people are going to fill in. Like, oh, you got to fill it in yourself. Yeah. Okay, bye.
I do kind of miss that place, though. I mean, it was definitely like a staple in Osborne Village, and Aussies and stuff was always a fun place to play.
Aussies, I hadn't been to Aussies in like 10 years, right? And so Mark and I go to play a new Music Wednesday from Manitoba Music.
No,
I walked.
It was another event that they put on. It wasn't a new Music Wednesday. I did that on my own.
Yeah, but I've done. Okay, it must have been with the other band that we did New Music Wednesday. Anyways, the point, we had a gig booked there. I went downstairs and I was like, man, I haven't been to Aussies in 10 years. And walked downstairs, and the only thing that had changed is they had new VLTs.
Yeah, probably.
It was exactly the same. Like, oh man, this is like 1999 when I was old enough to finally get into the bars. So.
Okay, actually, what we'll do is we will I'll read a couple of the comments, and then we'll maybe get Jared to do a tune, if you don't mind. So, Shalim says one of the best venues that Mark would not necessarily know about is the Centre Cultural Franco-Manitoban.
Le Centre Culturel Franco-Manitobain.
Yeah, that's what I said. And that's ideal for ideal sound for jazz. Sid Blum says, Western Cultural Centre is always great. So is the Park Theatre. Shalim, the Blue Note Cafe, famous Winnipeg venue on Main Street. That's it. There we go. Let's have some more music. Jared, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. I'm going to do a really new song that I wrote less than 24 hours ago. So it's
wow,
pretty
that
new.
is fresh. Awesome, man.
That's going to go well.
I will admit that it's not really, it's definitely more punk than folk or country, but I'm playing it on an acoustic, so I guess it's going to be kind of folky in that way, and it's got a pretty strong message, so I guess it's also sort of an aspect of folk when you think of like Bob Dylan and Neil Young and stuff.
Yep.
And it's kind of topical. It's sort of about the whole anti-masker movement, but it's kind of like came to the realization that like as much as I want to like hate these people and think that they're selfish and ignorant, the truth is like the polarization is worse for our country than COVID's ever going to be. And so it's kind of come to the realization that these people aren't our enemies, and we need to like work together and cooperate with each other. So that's what this song's about. It's called You Are Not My Enemy. You and I may not see eye to eye. Our beliefs, they may clash all the time. But in this, there is no politics. 'Cause if we fight, then nobody wins. I'm not your enemy. We're in this together. You are not my enemy. In these times, we all gotta try and step up, put ourselves ahead of anyone else. Or we'll pay the ultimate price if we don't make some sacrifice. I'm not your enemy. We're in this together. You are not my enemy. You are not my enemy. I'm not your enemy. We're in this together. You are not my enemy. And we don't wanna lose who we love. No, we don't wanna lose the ones we love. If we try and we try, I know we can make it together. I know it seems hard, but I swear it's not forever. 'Cause we don't wanna lose the ones we love. No, we don't wanna lose the ones we love. I believe in you, I believe it's true will prevail. But on both of the sides, we gotta give or we'll fail. I'm not your enemy. We're in this together. You're not my enemy. You're not my enemy. I'm not your enemy. We're in this together. You're not my enemy. You're not my enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy. You're not my enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy. You're not my enemy.
Oh, excellent. Thanks so much.
Awesome.
Thanks.
There we go. Ah, I got it right this time. Good. Excellent. Yeah, thanks, Jared. That's funny. Now we've all been kind of stuck in. I think the last 3 songs that I've written. I got a brand new one, Ryan, by the way. I'll be looking for bass. But it's funny just how a lot of that stuff has now become such a big part of our lives. That the last 3 songs are not the usual lovey-dovey love songs or the positively stuff I've been usually writing. It's been some of the more down-to-earth. And so, yeah, I think I did play one of those songs on the show. And depressing wasn't the right word. Someone made a comment about that, the opposite of uplifting, but just down-to-earth, realizing we got to deal with this stuff. Anyway, it's just kind of the situation kind of drives the art, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, and there's a time and a place to have something be like, oh, it's good to be, like you said, lovey-dovey, or like just kind of like the, walking on it. And I don't think putting out a song right now, well, maybe right now might not be a bad idea to put out a song that sort of as a reminder of, hey, things won't be like this forever, but I'm going to say guilty pleasure here. I mean, Jared obviously had the spotlight, but I was actually playing along with you, buddy.
I thought I saw you grab a bass out of the corner of my eye.
No, was like, yeah, I by about the second chorus, I was playing along and doing the thing. So it's
not a complicated song. It's 3 chords, the whole thing. It's basically about
3.5 chords. There you go.
Exactly.
It depends if you count a power chord as a full chord, right? So.
Well, isn't a power chord like 6 chords in one? Right? It'll fill in for at least, yeah.
Yeah,
all the notes at once.
It's just
yeah.
It's more it's the major triad, or it's the triad of the chord, but it's not. It doesn't have all the rest. I don't know.
No, it's the first and the third, or no, first and the fifth, no third. Yeah, there's no the note that makes the minor or major is missing. And if you play all of the notes and you don't play that fifth or other, if you don't play it, it's called a 5. Yeah. So an E5 will we'll have the 1 and the 3. The 1 and the 5 in there. Anyhow,
and gentlemen, that was
lesson over.
Of what is a power chord? Now you can't
say. Yeah, what the heck? Right? So power chord is just the 2 notes, right? And then an E5, when you play all of them without that fifth, right? Play all of them. It's still a 5. The power chord's still a 5, but it just plays the B and the E, and otherwise you'll just. There you go. You've learned something.
Say I've learned it now. exactly what a power chord is. Not that I'm ever going to use it.
Well, the difference between a power chord and the 5. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Shalem, anyway, see, Shalem has a comment. You are not my enemy. I can see fans of Billy Bragg digging this for sure. This would be explosive live on stage. Clap, clap, clap. Well done, Jared. Record this one someday.
I actually started recording it today, honestly.
There you go.
My plan is to try to release it sometime like this week, since I feel it's very topical and I want to get it out there in the world. So,
that's a great idea. I don't think things are going to be healed come January.
No, and
this is going to go on for a long time.
Yeah,
So-
even vaccine, we still have to get the population resilient. So, I mean, we're really hoping that vaccine comes so we can stop getting infected, but we still need to get resilient to the actual virus.
Well, I mean, at the rate that we're getting infections in Manitoba, we might hit herd immunity by like January. So
The virus
that's something to joke about.
just be ancillary at that point. So
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully most of us will be back for the next one of these hangouts. All of us, we want all of us back. So you're familiar with Billy Bragg, Jared?
Did he play Folk Fest once?
He might have.
You might have,
I
yeah.
saw him at Folk Fest once. A couple
Yeah,
years
he's
ago.
from the country where I came from, and he's singing.
Yeah, I don't really know much of his music, but I remember seeing him, and I can totally see what Sham's talking about. I think it would definitely fall into, especially on an acoustic like that, like a punk song on an acoustic would definitely fall into like a Billy Bragg.
Yeah, he does a lot of protest songs. That's pretty much his entire career, and he sings without an accent. And because sometimes, I think most of the time I sing the way I speak for the most part. I sometimes get accused of sounding like Billy Bragg.
Oh yeah.
Yep, a little bit. So you'll experience that in a minute. Well, the clock is ticking fast. I think we should get some more music in. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think Ian's just chomping at the bit.
Oh, he is. It's chomp. That's not a bit. That's a harmonica.
I feel like saying this is not a protest song. That's what I feel like saying before this thing.
That's right, isn't it? Okay, it's all yours, Ian.
Hey guys, I'm not so brave as Jared. Actually, I did write one in the last 24 hours as well. However, I'm not as brave. So I'm going to play you one that I wrote back in the fall, and it's going to be on the new album. And really, it's actually, I know it sounds cliche, but it was written in the screaming in the pillows moments back in the spring when you're just juggling so much. The job, the anxiety of the pandemic, and then I have a family and elderly parents, so there's all these worries, right? So, but you really have no choice but to just kind of roll with it. And this song is called "Riding the Tide," and it's just really about that. Take for granted the life I had, rush right through every moment. Now I stumble by against the wind in open spaces. So I roll with what this life throws me into the ride, just to keep my head above water, just to ride in the tide. Whoa, when the hope creeps in and it gets so close, I can taste it. Stepping on stones that will lead me home, back to you. So I roll with what this life throws me into the ride, just to keep my head above water, just to ride in the tide. Whoa, ride in the tide. Whoa.
I'm never giving up, even when the times get tough. We're stuck together when the whole world changed so easily. We've been through so damn much to rise above. And now we're there, we're free, and we can make it better. We roll with what this life throws me into the ride. Just to keep your head above water, just a ride in the tide. Whoa, 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 ride in the tide. Whoa, whoa, used to take for granted that I've had rush right through every moment.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Let's get.
Yes. It's very nice.
I was
I wasn't playing.
Halfway through. Did I take?
I wasn't playing along.
And it was good. I was also inspired to play along with you. Again, muted. So cool. It was fun.
Yeah, excellent. Actually, I
so
do.
Mark, along with you as well. I mean, I'm just gonna let Yara do her thing, though. I mean, I'm not gonna horn in on your territory.
Yes. Let's have a look. We got some. So Shaleem says, Jared, when the new song is out, if we can buy or download it. He says he surely will if he can.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but probably everywhere.
Yeah, actually, I mean, this is an offer for everybody here. As if you're promoting anything, you got some new releases, videos, whatever, you got some shows coming up at some point in the future. Just send me a link. We'll get it up on the Invisible Man show page. Okay, so just send it to me, and no questions asked. We'll help you get the word out. Shaleem says, Ian, music from the heart is the antidote for these tough times. Well done, and I will love to hear it again and see it available for purchase. Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
I appreciate that.
Sounds good. So we got 10 minutes left, and we are running low. So I want to turn to play some music. So I'm going to have a go, and then we can decide afterwards if we have time for any more, because we're only 10 minutes left in the show, but we can go longer if we need to, I guess. So I'm just going to steal the focus, and I'm going to play a tune. So make a change. Hey, here we go. So this is actually a song written by me and Ryan. Ryan, you can play along if you like, but please mute it because you're going to be out of time with the lag.
Yeah, not a problem, buddy. I'm off muting as soon as I'm done this sentence.
Yeah, so this is actually a song that Ryan and I wrote. It's kind of a standard that we've been doing. It definitely has a country roots anyway. The introduction is based on a bluegrass riff that I learned when I was younger. So I slowed it down, and yeah, we got this song, which is a nice one of those lovey-dovey, upbeat kind of tunes, called "Dancing in the Rain." The song itself is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because it's how a man reacts when his significant other is away for a couple of days and the complete overreaction. So "Dancing in the Rain." Oh, look at this. The sky threatens to fall to earth. This world couldn't get much worse. Oh, it hurts so long since you've been gone. But when I see you, I'll spin you round and round again, and then I'll hold you close, and we'll be dancing in the rain. The wind chills me to the core. Then it pours just when I can't take any more. Oh, it hurts so long since you've been gone. But when I see you, I'll spin you round and round again, and then I'll hold you close, and we'll be dancing in the rain. The clouds let through a glimpse of sun. It shines, foreshadowing what was to come. Oh, the hurt is gone. Now you've come home. Now I see you, I spin you round and round again, and now I hold you close, and we'll be dancing in the rain. And now I see you, I spin you round and round again, and now I hold you close, and we'll be forever dancing in the rain. And now I see you, now I see you, now I see you. Thank you.
Nice.
So, Shalim, Shalim has commented, Ryan on airbase. Well, Ryan and non-broadcast bass. I was playing along too.
Yes, I was trying not to watch.
So the transition you had into the chorus there, and I hope you don't take offense to this, but the transition into the chorus, just the chords you played and the way you played it, reminded me of the Friends theme song.
Oh, could be.
So next time you play it, just think of,
Which
I'll
piece?
be there for you at the start of the chorus.
Yeah, okay.
I hope that makes sense.
Hey, that song did very well, though, by the way. So
It did.
About the band for the rest of it, but I mean, hey, if they kept getting royalties all through that
Yep.
season,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it's a try.
Well, I heard.
that's right.
So I heard them. I forget the name of the band, but they wanted to be known for their other music, and I don't know how true the story is, but they would play it at the beginning of a show, and rather than save it to the end, and so people would come and hear the song and leave. Yeah, which didn't help them. So I don't know why they did that, but
I
again, I don't know if I've heard. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but I definitely one I heard and believed it was.
I like the tempo change in your song there. That's something that I don't do very often. Maybe just I'm not gifted enough or something, but I don't. But I do. I get drawn to those kind of tempo changes.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, it was one of those because the verse was so the pedestrian three chords. You kind of know exactly where the chorus. You know exactly where the melody is going. There's no surprises. It just felt right to throw in that A minor and then almost do a bit of a key change as well, right?
Well, and when we wrote it, we needed something to do to make it interesting, right? And so I had this reverse pedal that I had played into my bass, and it made it sound like I was bowing on the big one to every single venue, right? And that's how we kind of wrote it. And I was like, remember as I was playing, I was like, I don't have it wired in, but it just definitely. And then I had to switch because when we go into the faster part, like the more upbeat, I play and I'm like plucking fingers, right? So I can't. The reverse pedal wouldn't pick up the quicker tempo, so I had to always be on the ball. So I'd be like sitting there with my foot half raised, on it, stomp on it, stomp.
So Shalim says, dancing in the rain, lovely, romantic, catchy, and energetic. This fits in very well with Mark's catalogue. Sure to go over well live. Bravo, Mark, and add this to the new set list. This actually is already on the set list, Shalim. I'm sure you've heard me play it live. We did this. I think we've done this pretty much at every show. Not that we've done it once, but
yeah.
Definitely the last show we did about a year ago at Joe Black, I did it for sure. Anyhow, so Shalem, you were probably talking, so stop talking and listen to the music when you come to the live shows.
Because we've known Shalem for years.
Yep. So Shalem goes on to say, "Friend theme song. I see it now." And yeah, there you go. That was it. There's some other chats going on between people. I'll try not to read those out. Yeah, so that's great. So we are. How are we doing for time? Did somebody want to do another song before we close up? Put your hands up, or forever hold your peace.
We're ready to do one.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Ready? Go ahead, drop them.
Okay. Let me get the right.
Oh no, we just lost you. You just went, eh. Sorry.
Okay, it's all yours. Take over.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. All right, so this song is called Sticks and Stones. It's lively, it's angry. I wrote it in memory of my great grandmother. She fell in love with a soldier, and he left for war and left her with child. And when he came back, well, supposedly he went missing in action. So, and the family was very against the relationship. So she went on to marry somebody else, and then found out later that he was alive. So she carried that with her throughout her life, and her daughter, my grandmother, she had to carry the burden of her anger and bitterness over that situation. But it's a fun song to play, and we thought it was good because it's a kind of a raucous country folk, a little bit bluegrass tune. So this is it, Sticks and Stones.
We're gonna collide here.
Yeah, I think we're okay. All right.
don't stop from the irons from the hot coal. Ready for your mother, let's see, babe, in this hellfire zone. And the child that she bore like their knives through her car. Soldiers in the war, she would always be. The child that she bore like their knives through her car. Soldiers in the war, she would always be. I was late, nothing left. Fullness in her chest, whistle whisper in my ear. When she stopped, every breath, she took a final breath. She said, always, all through the day, lots of it still upon us. Let's take the flight under a cover of night to the devil's delight. She finds no relief, and the child that she bore like a knife through her core. The soldiers did all go. She would always be.
Oh, excellent, lovely.
Nice.
That was a great song.
There we go. And as usual, I just adore your harmonies and your music. That stuff is absolutely wonderful. Okay, right. We are running low on time, but Jared or Ian, did you want to do another tune?
Yeah, sure. I could probably do another.
We should get all three artists to start making each their own song, and we just there you go, people, enjoy it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Oh, actually, while you're,
we should do a roundabout type thing one of these shows.
Yep, we definitely will.
You start, then I start, and you know.
Are you going to sing, Phil?
No.
Okay. then we won't start with you.
Depends what song.
Yeah. So Elner says, "Great song, thank you." Shalem, Sticks and Stones, solemn song, great personal story behind it. Would also love to see the song played live. Clap, clap, clap. There we go. Okay.
Elna from South Africa, great song, thank you.
Yep.
So you're picking up some fans from.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Jared.
Oh, sorry.
No, Karen, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I was just saying that I just wanted to let people know too, because we were talking about recording and stuff before, and I didn't mention that we are working on an album right now. Actually, we've got about 3 because we've got such a backlog of music that we've never been able to dedicate to recording. So this is definitely one that's going to be going on the second album, and we're getting close to finishing the first one. So yeah,
exciting stuff.
Yeah,
excellent. Okay, Jared, did you want to jump on and we'll switch over? Yeah, just take over.
I'll play my most country song then. So this is the most country song I have.
Nice.
It's the first single on my album. This one's called Wild at Heart. He sat and thought for a while about the good old days. All he recalled now was a smile and how she'd say, Remember when we were young and the world was in our hands, madly desirous of the ones who burn, burn, burn. Take my hand, I'll lead you to mountains far and wide. The valley where we saw the band, now we pray the man won't die. We'll waste the hours again out on the open road. The vast countryside, not as vast as our minds. Now go, ho, ho, she said. You're wild at heart. Now go, ho, ho, she said. You're wild. The sun will rise again and lighten your heart. The distances and spaces between won't seem as far. We'll sit and think for a while about the good old days, recalling every smile and all the things we used to say. Now go, ho, ho, she said. You're wild at heart. Now go, ho, ho, she said. You're wild. Now go, ho, ho, she said. You're wild, wild, at heart.
Thanks, Jared.
Nice. Woo. Nice.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. And I don't see any comments at the moment, but I will read those out in a bit. Oh, Shalim says a message for Phil. Says I thought Phil sang for Judas Priest.
No, I'm the Canadian Rob Halford.
Hey, Shalim.
That's according to our friend Adam Peasy from Adam and the Hellcats out of London.
Bristol.
First few seconds when we came on, just before the show, when we had him on, that's the first thing he told his singing partner. My God, Phil looks like the Canadian Rob Halford. Which is cool because that's the first concert that I saw.
Nice. Okay. Elna says clap, clap, clap. Thank you, Jared. Shalim, Wild at Heart, very appealing. Jared, another song that I would love to hear live. Clap, clap, clap. There you are. And,
oh man, yeah, I all the songs I want to hear live. I don't even remember the last time I was at a live show. Like I'd really have to sit down and really think about it. That sucks, man.
It's actually like I work for a video production company. That's my day job, which is still nice. Cool, I guess. But I got a chance to film some concerts at the Park Theater back in early fall. So that was like a good chance to see some live music before everything shut down again. Before that, I don't know what I'd been to concert-wise. Like not much. I think something back in February.
and we're like 9 months into this now. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ian, let's get you to do one more. That would be great.
Go, Ian.
Okay.
Go, Ian.
You.
Making sure that I'm not on mute. I had that fear last time I was playing. I'm like halfway through a song. And I'm on mute.
We would have said something.
You know, we're all doing many, like, I don't know what you guys, but my life is one big virtual meeting. So often I think I have something fairly profound to say, and I realized I was on mute, so no one heard it. and I never can repeat it, so it's, you know.
Been there, done that.
But anyway, so this next song, I'm going to take Jared up in this challenge. I did recently write this one within the last probably 48 hours, and I'll probably screw it up. But really, it was an attempt for me to try to write. I've been having trouble writing songs lately, just because it's you know it's stress and just trying to compartmentalize to find the time to actually write a song. So my attempt was to try to write the most cliche country song I could possibly write.
Nice.
But as it turns out, cliches actually might work, because it seemed to generate a lot of thoughts for this one. And the song is it's called Beer and Whiskey. I've never heard that title before.
Yeah.
So I drank too much, so you showed me the door. Now I'm left with my heart on my sleeve. I talk too much, and my talk was cheap. I gave you 1 million reasons to leave. Promise you I would change. Swore on my daddy's grave. I don't know if I'm wrong or I'm right. I just hope that I'm home by daylight. I'm about to lose everything. Beer and whiskey. Here's a cliche. Well, you fell back in love 'cause you found someone new. You're the happiest you've ever been. I can relate to loving something like it's 26 sounds big mistake. Promise me I will change. Swore on my daddy's grave. I don't know if I'm wrong or I'm right. I just know that I'm home by daylight. I'm about to lose everything. Beer and whiskey. I don't know if I'm wrong or I'm right. I just hope that I'm home by daylight. I'm about to lose everything. Beer and whiskey. Beer and whiskey. It never leaves me.
Excellent.
Nice.
Can I say something?
If you must.
This is for Ian. Okay, that was awesome. And I just want to say, from a woman to a man, you're definitely wrong.
Yeah. I figured we'd trigger that type of reaction. Well, there's it just, I just wrote, yeah, exactly. There's still room to change the song,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 110% on that.
110.
Yeah.
I really like the chord changes on that, particularly in the verse. Had me thinking early Dylan actually a little bit on that, the rhythm and the chord changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was missing the harp. You needed to get your mouth organ.
Yeah.
Get us in there. Yeah, I'll play along. Yeah.
Yeah. It would totally need that, actually. Be really good.
Yeah. I said that would fit in perfectly. And just so the audience knows, I call this a harp because I learned to play blues on it. It's a blues harp. Okay, just in case anyone's wondering. And it does take a lot of skill actually to use one of these things while you're strumming. I haven't done it for years, and most of the music I play has a jazz feel, so the harp doesn't really fit in. I don't really do a lot of blues, but I'm going to actually, since you were last on the show, Ian. I'm like, I want to start doing that again. Play some songs with the mouth organ on there, and do some more of the hardcore folk that I learned to play when I was young. Anyhow.
Put some harmonica in there. Yeah.
Yep.
I could dig that.
Indeed. So Elna says, wow, great country voice. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you, Ian. And Shaleem says, beer and whiskey has a strong, deep, introspective feel to it. Quiet but powerful in its own right. Another clap, clap, clap. So that's all good stuff.
Thank you.
For the part where Christine said he was wrong. That part.
Yes. Well, Shaleem, I can't believe that you agreed to that. I said that anyway.
Yeah.
Women the world over will thank me for that.
Yeah, indeed.
Just on record. You're wrong.
Okay. So I think on that high note, we probably should end the show there. Would like to do this again, and I think having learned lessons from this one, I think maybe if we just prepare a few more songs, and we can maybe just do a round table, constant music for a whole show. That might be a lot of fun as well, particularly hearing all the different styles and different takes. Yeah, so it's been quite...
We should come up with a game too that we can do during the show.
Yeah,
we got a lot of people here, so
not a drinking game because it's still afternoon for us. But,
no.
Although if we have to, we have to. Right.
If I twist your arm, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're all getting on very well, and would love to do this again. Like I said, maybe we focus a little bit more on performance because that was a lot of fun. And I don't get to do my second song, but
why not?
Because it's getting late, and I can act like a martyr and all that stuff.
Do it, man.
I'm fine. Well, I'll do it. We've got lots of shows booked for It's All in the Mind stuff next year.
Mark.
Yep.
Reach for those stars, man.
And I want to
stars.
The focus of the show today is our guests. So let's leave it with the focus on our guests today. There we go. Is that better for you?
Yeah, we'll say thanks so much for Black Eyed Susie, Christine, and Yara for joining us. Jared Adams and Ian Krochak. We had our my number one fan has come to join us. He's everyone.
Hi. Tired.
Christine, Yara. There's Mr. Ian right there. Can you say hi?
Hi.
That was more of a fist.
Hi.
That was more of a fist, wasn't it?
Oh, you look sad. Are you sad?
He wants to go to the beach.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 40-minute drive. It's easy. Okay, just so everybody knows, I didn't say anything earlier, but those of you, if you're watching the live stream, you'd like to know a little bit more about Black Eyed Susie, Jared, and Ian. There are, I think, some links to their main websites in the description for the stream. So if you're on Facebook, look up. If you're on YouTube, look down. And if you want more information, more than that, you can contact them or you can contact us. We'll be happy to share their material as well. And if you want previous shows, Black Eyed Susie's been on twice before. both Jared and Ian have been on once. And if you'd like to catch up on those shows, just go to theinvisibleman.ca on the bottom of the screen, and you can go check out. So just look them up on the shows page and find them. And you can watch the whole show with them in it, or all of them in it. So,
yeah. Lots of different guests. It's like the perfect COVID-19 level red lockdown viewing.
Indeed. So all the information for everything we're up to is on our website. The only thing I think we want to bring special attention to is Phil's radio show. You want to tell the audience about that?
Hey, all this past week on the Colorado Phil Show, every other song that I played was artists from Winnipeg or somewhere in Manitoba. So that was fun. It was just to kind of celebrate that I'm doing the show from Manitoba now. Like I said, Monday through Fridays. It's 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in Colorado, 2 to 6 p.m. Central Time right here in the 204, Manitoba, Canada, and 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, you can listen only on one station, Tri Lakes Radio. That's TRI. You can listen from the website, www.trilakesradio.com. You can also, from the Google Play Store, download the Live 365 radio app and listen to Tri Lakes Radio 24/7.
Great, thanks, Phil. A couple of comments. Just I figured it really worth reading this out. Shaleem says, one of the best shows, lots of fun, and I hope it's a format that can be repeated down the road. Really enjoyed hearing new songs for the first time. And Elna replies, me too. Pauline Santoro says, thanks, good show. And Elna again says, great show. So definitely we'll do this again. It was a lot of fun. And we'll figure out when we can do it. Maybe early next year we'll talk offline amongst ourselves, and we'll get back to you maybe later in the week. So thank you everyone for coming. We'll be back on again with Eddie Moll from Bristol in England next week at the same time, so Saturday 2 p.m. Central. And if you want to get the kick of new songs, we actually have Mike Hall from what's the band he's in? I'm going to go on the Song Club next. So that's tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. And so check that out. If we got lots of new show, I'm also working on a new show with Adam Feasy as well. That'll air sometime in the new year, but we'll figure out the details for that one later. So thank you very much once again for Yara, Christine, Jared, and Ian for joining us for a very special show.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for having us again.
And on behalf of you're welcome, and on behalf of Phil, Ryan, and myself, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.
Woohoo!
Oh, the invisible man.